Welcome to the solo Final Fantasy XIV challenge. This is solo only, and from the very beginning, we have clawed our way past some of the most difficult fights this game can offer, all while never using the market board, parties, or NPC support, and using level sync or silence echo whenever it's possible. Again and again, I've been told this was impossible, but no matter how hard it got, we've always prevailed. And now, standing on the other side of the impossible trial, Susano, it's time to move forward towards our final goal, Endwalker. Maybe something stops us before then, brings this whole thing crashing down, but until we see that with our own hands, we continue down this long, winding road to whatever impossible wall comes next. 3 years ago, I started the solo challenge, and in that time, there were 4 things everyone always brought up. Crystal Tower, an alliance raid we cleared with the other people doing the solo challenge and minimal interactions. Susano, a trial that we managed to solo by the skin of our teeth. And now, the third of that list, Hades, stands at the end of the road. Even compared to Susano, Hades is the biggest threat this challenge has ever faced. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We have a whole dungeon to clear first.
Hello. We're gonna, is Amarat time.
Within the depths of the Tempest, past 23 main scenario quests and a role quest line I forgot to do,
Gernalt seeks a particular kind of inspiration, the kind that crystallizes only at the culmination of a long and tragic tale. Complete any of the role quest lines available at the Wandering Stairs in Crystarium. Wow.
lies the city of the ancients, Amarat, a tomb for those lost, and soon for either Emmet Selk or me. As the blaze of the final days lights before us, Amarat is unlocked. One dungeon and one trial before the end of Shadowbringers. We enter on Warrior, level synced, for a first glimpse at what we're up against. Like every dungeon in Shadowbringers so far, while the enemies were weak enough to survive against, speed was our main issue. The first set of 3 takes nearly 3 minutes to kill. And in case you don't know, the large majority of dungeons in Final Fantasy XIV are structured with 4 groups of enemies prior to each boss, and a total of 90 minutes to get through everything before you're kicked out. 13 minutes passed, we reached the first beast. Venomous Breath is a conal AoE hitting a small area in front of the boss. Meteor Rain targets a player with a massive AoE, dropping a meteor where they stood after a short delay, followed by the Final Sky, a world-ending meteor called down onto the first beast. If you aren't standing behind the meteor you dropped earlier, you take a huge chunk of damage and get a stack of Suppuration, reducing your healing and max health. Then, the meteor strike brings down a nearby building, leaving only a thin strip of the arena safe. Earthquake hits everything close to the boss, and then Meteor Rain happens again. This time with smaller meteors raining down all around the arena. The Burning Sky drops one last meteor on its target, dealing 5,000 damage after it lands. It was here that I realized I needed to hide behind the ones I drop, but too late. The second stack of Suppuration is a surefire death. Having died at the boss, we needed to restart the entire dungeon, knowing that there was no way we'd finish in time, even if I cleared it now. At the first beast once more, we know all its attacks and make it through on time with 66 minutes left.
Okay, that's first.
Another horde felled to my axe, we reach the second boss, Terminus Bellwether.
Oh, chicken!
But rather than explain it, the second boss is a fight that should be seen.
Oh. Chicken dies fast, dude. Yes, please. Oh. Okay. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, great. Yep. They have reduced damage. It's not like we're fighting the actual mobs from out there. Can't stun them either. It's based on the tethers or time? I'm thinking right now it's based on tethers, and if it's based on tethers, then that means I can kill the other ads before pushing to next ads, if there's another set. Because it was as soon as I killed the second bomb that the set spawned. No, maybe not. Okay. I don't even know if there's another group of ads, but we could check this way. Okay, didn't matter. What is this? Is this why you have such low health? Because your entire fight is a DPS check? Your entire fight is a DPS check. That's 1,000,000 damage. It hits multiple times until you die, and it hits instantly each time. Okay. Wow. Absolutely insane.
This boss is nothing more than a punching bag, summoning waves of ads for you to build up your biggest damage, and then casting a 45-second Enrage. And as an Enrage implies, if it hasn't died by the time it finishes casting, then I die instead. To compensate for this, the boss only has around 30% of the first beast's health, but this is still a massive wall for a tank like Warrior.
Chicken did die fast. I'm just saying, they died pretty fast there.
The next day, we return once more, this time with Silence Echo. Now, with the powerful new attacks available to a level 98 warrior, we should be able to break through. But doubts began to prop up in my mind as I chipped away, slowly, at the normal enemy's health bars. Though, as the first beast falls once more, there's no time to doubt, only for action. One saving grace was the Bellwether's ad spawn.
Is it time-based or percent-based? So far it's looking time-based.
Percent-based means once the boss reaches a certain amount of health remaining, 80% for example, it would immediately begin the ad phase. But that wasn't happening here. We were well past the damage I had done in my level sync run, still waiting for this big chicken to fly off. Instead of damage, we had time. Time enough to rip through 29% of the boss's health. Now we just had to do the last 71% in 45 seconds.
$36. Looks like just barely not. 17.5. That's honestly really close. Maybe. Very close, but man, that sucks. Okay. Okay, 66 that time, and I can definitely do that better. If I start out with a Damnation as well, because it's attacking us during the start, we can get some early damage on from that. Nope, okay. That doesn't work out.
Try as I might, this was getting nowhere. It felt close, but we were stuck around the 20% mark. That wasn't an amount of damage I could change with a better combo. I needed something else. So for now, we step away to regroup with a Wondrous Tales.
Only remaining thing that I want is a singular gold certificate. It's not looking good for 3-line believers already. I've only clicked one sticker. Oh? No, that's a little terrible. Okay, this is gross. What am I looking at right now? That is the most disgusting setup I have ever seen. We're shuffling this. This is... I'm not keeping that. Are you crazy? Okay, you know what? It can't get me 3 lines, but this is a much more respectable. Oh! Almost! It was right there! Okay, and now Warrior is level 99.
At this point, we had a unique opportunity. Next week, I would be level 100, so for now, we can continue to push through and try and clear with Silence Echo as we are, and in a worst case, 3 streams from now, I could buy a level 100 chest piece from Chloe for silver certificates, and use the stat boost from that to clear the boss. Now the question was, how could we get stronger with our current setup? Our food was pizza, the best it could be. Our gear was as strong as it could get outside of that level 100 chest piece. The only thing missing was new potions. Grabbing our Master Alchemist books, we're hoping to make our first set of tinctures.
144. That's an extra 33 strength. That's gonna be worth it. How do I get 11 strike, Aether Sand? How do I get Spirit Extract? And how do I get Sweet Alyssum? Let's take a look.
Most of these materials were easy, which was surprising for it being the strongest potion in the entire expansion, except one.
Spirit Extract I'm worried about, actually. Is that a tome item? It is. Okay. I I can desynth things for it.
Tome materials are only available from the poetic vendors, which is fine. I have plenty of poetics, except the vendor isn't available until I complete the main scenario for each expansion. So, the current quest I'm on. There was one solution though.
I can get it from desynthing a fish, but that looks like a big fish. That is definitely a big fish. Okay, we tried that once. I'm not doing it again. Fine, maybe. This fish is available for 2 minutes every hour. Unable to equip Fisher. One or more items is missing. I don't even have a fishing rod anymore, do I? I think I threw it out. I did. I threw out the fishing rod.
All of the big fish released in 5.5 could be desynthed for spirit extract, or at least that's what Gamer Escape says. And they've hurt me before on the whole desynth thing, but for the time being, we had to believe it. If I wanted a chance at clearing this chicken as I was now, we'd have to go fishing. And not just something as simple as grab a new fishing rod and start, no. I wasn't even close to the right level, had no gathering foods, had no bait, and needed a new set of gear.
I have to level up 5 to 10 levels. I'm mostly just trying to reason with myself on if I'm going to get spirit extract via fishing. Am I actually going to grind for spirit extract by fishing the golden papyra? Okay, what do I need for this? Dried high ether. Same problem, and golly gee willikers, there's another fish I could desynth for it. Gold hammer, another fish for it. Fey rainbow, another fish for it. Opal shrimp, another fish for it. Record killer, another fish for it. Is there anything that desynths into this that isn't a fish? Please! Hero's Gauntlet, I can't do that one.
Grabbing up some river shrimp for the weekly Zloe custom deliveries gets us to level 73, and Maiden's Hearts for Minago gets us to level 74.
I have lost my mind a little bit, I think it's over for me, gamers. I'm out of here. Brain turny offy. It don't work. Don't work no more.
To finish things off, we take some leaf quests in the Crystarium and stab some fish for an hour or so.
Everybody here, you may now clap your hands. We have done it. My fisher is about to hit level 80. Congratulations. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And now the unfortunate part. Yeah, no, that fisher is my highest level gatherer.
With the level we needed checked off the list, the next step is gearing. Happily spending our gathering scripts on a brand new set.
That isn't even enough gathering. How is that not enough gathering? Please. Why? I can't melt materia. It has no materia slot. There's nothing. Time for gathering food. I need 200 gathering. I hope there's a food that'll give me 200 gathering. The best I could get would be 93. I literally cannot get this fish. Because I can't make the real final set. Because it needs the materials that I get from these fish. My gathering is 1,928. For the fish that I'm hunting, I need 2,100 something. I think 2,150. The accessories are the problem. They have no stats. And I genuinely don't even need it to be master recipes. I just need any accessories that I could meld into. Can this fit the materia, though? That's the question. 430? Hey, 430, just barely. You can fit 21 gathering onto each of the 5 pieces. Plus 105. Accessories plus food alone would only get you 2,109. Okay. Wait, hold up, the bandana has no gathering? Really? Oh yeah, it's just perception. And I only care about perception for large fish, so I could theoretically do something else to meld gathering in. Dwarven cotton bandana, max out gathering on it, then max out gathering on all 5 lignum accessories, then use food. You reach 2,151 gathering. I need to think about the fishing stuff, man. I don't know if 33 strength is going to be enough difference.
Unlike with our substats, where I can tell the exact % crit rate or damage I'll have per stat point, for main stats like strength, we generally have no idea how impactful they'll be. Really, 33 strength could be more than enough over the 30-second burst window it provides, or it could be a 2% difference, and I really wouldn't know until I tried it. In the end, I gave in to the ridiculous gearing requirements for my fisher.
Alright, chat. I need you to take the list of fish that I am about to provide to you and figure out which is the easiest one to catch.
Our targets were the golden papyra and emerald herring, both of which needed the full fishing gear. It had been a long day of discovery and theory crafting, and my head was starting to hurt thinking of all that fishing, so we'd have to come back to it after some rest.
Just stop. Pause it. Stop it. Stop the music. I know that normally we wait for the ads to be done before we go, but we gotta go right now. I gotta go, Chad. We are held to the whims of the fish. There is nothing that I can do to still the tide. The fish are upon us, and I'm going to still tide. Actually, no.
Starting the day in a panic, going for a fish that would provide lower level tinctures, we fail to see a single bite and head off to grab some lignum vitae logs, dimithrite sand, iridescent cocoons, effervescent water for iridescent silk threads, and dwarven cotton balls to make dwarven cotton threads, dwarven cotton, and dwarven mithril nuggets. All of this crafts our new helmet, the dwarven cotton bandana. Then, to finish everything off, we make some lignum vitae lumber for 2 lignum vitae rings, a necklace, bracelet, and earrings. Spending gathering scripts on materia to boost our gathering as much as possible.
This is absolute biz. This is the highest gathering stat I could possibly get for myself. There is no more gathering available outside of a mushroom saute.
Frantoyos, cream top mushrooms, and yak milk make frantoyo oil and fermented butter. Then, the final ingredient, Abelathian rock salt, makes our high quality mushroom sautés. With that, we've finally got everything we need to start fishing. We're looking for 2 big fish, the easiest of which is the golden papira. Every time we catch one, there's theoretically a 20 to 30% chance we can desynth it into spirit extract, up to a maximum of 10. And 10 spirit extract is enough for 15 grade 4 tinctures. Half an hour later, we hadn't seen a single bite, so we swap out to our other option, the Damroan herring. Golden papira is only available during certain times of the day, so to constantly have a chance to catch it, we need to use fish eyes, a very expensive ability that gives us a 60-second window. The Damroan herring, on the other hand, is always available, but it has a very high chance of slipping off your line even if you see it. Also, according to the me afterwards here, I did catch the golden papira today at some point, I just couldn't seem to find any footage of it. You didn't miss much though, it desynthed into sand. The next day, we're primed and ready for a full day of fishing. 40 minutes in, we get our first golden papira, but before I try for spirit extract, I want to level my culinarian's desynthing level. 410 desynths later, we're at the optimal level, and now have the best chance for spirit extract. Okay, well, we can't be that lucky. I'm sure the next one... Listen, I'm going to spare you this fishing day, especially because I lost my mic audio for it. I slipped the Damroan herring 6 times, caught 6 total fish, and got sand and materia from desynthing all of them. That was an average of 1 fish per hour.
Now I can desynth this into some sand. Every single time. I don't understand. You know what? I'm starting to think leveling my desynth was a mistake. Because now I'm just gonna get materia every single time. How many materia can this game give me before I get my spirit extract? This might just continue to be that I am the unluckiest man on the planet. How many fish desynths are we up to? I believe that was fish number 7 or fish number 8. Fruity, we're gonna do your steel razor. How do I catch a steel razor? Using someone else's background? That's not very solo of you. That's true, but I'm not about to turn down the god of fishing giving me a gift. You can't think about my interactions with Fruity as interacting with another person. You have to think of them as praying to a god.
Now, at this point, Fruity Snacks, Fisher Extraordinaire and Lord of the Fish Fest, was pointing me towards a different fish rather than us continuing to suffer to the golden papira or herring.
What is the steel razor's bite chance? Is it good? Is it terrible? Am I gonna slip this fish 100% of the time? Fruity, I'm starting to think that maybe you're crazy. 0.9% chance? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other possible fish for this bait? You're just now realizing this, Fruity? Why do you hate me? Yeah, but most of them bite after Steel Razor. Okay, alright. Understandable. Don't you like kill gods though? Yeah, I haven't killed Fruity yet, but if this doesn't work out, we might have some Minecraft PvP action going on, if you know what I'm saying.
We were sent to Calusia to attempt the Steel Razor. With a slightly higher bite chance than the Papira, there was one other thing that made it much more efficient to try and catch. Steel Razor can only bite in the first 10 seconds of the cast, where Golden Papiras take over 30 seconds. That means every 10 seconds, I know I didn't get the razor immediately and can cast back out rather than waiting around with the papyra and the other fish there. 5 to 6 attempts per fish eyes compared to 2 or 3. The only problem is the muscle memory this created.
Understandable? But no, what? Ah! I wasn't paying attention! No! I arrested the fish! Okay, we slipped it, that's fine. Alright, that's 2 missed ones, but at least we've seen it twice, okay? That's better than last time. 1 fish obtained. Now we go for more fish, please. You know, I kind of want to keep fishing. So I think I'd prefer if the game didn't give me spirit extract. I think that would be great. Alright, now listen, I'm done pretending. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm done pretending. Please, give me the spirit extract so I can stop fishing. Please. I will not be statistically significant. I quit. We are now triple the drop rate. How does the 37.66%? So, okay, we can't take the 37.66% chance at, like, full value. 37% of less than 100 decents is really not all that much. But I can pretend, just for a moment. 37.66%. You killed 12 monsters for an item with a 0.3766% chance. With a 0.3766 drop chance. A 37.66% chance, or 1 in 2.66. You had a 0.345% chance of getting exactly 0 drops, and a 99.7% chance of getting more than 0. If that is to be believed, then we are at a less than 1%.
I gave it everything I could. But at this point, with how unlucky we were, I was beginning to believe that it wasn't actually possible until after the Poetics vendor was unlocked in the first place. So I asked Fruity for more help, having folks on the Fisher Discord attempt to get this desynth with any of the available fish without completing the Shadowbringer's MSQ. Every single one of them got it, in like half the fish. I was just, truly, Wrath statistically significant games. Dedicating nearly 3 full days to these fish and nothing to show for it, it was time to move on to Plan B. Warrior to level 100.
Thank you. Warrior is now level 100 and we have enhanced primal rend. And now, we can spend some of our silver certificates, which we now have 6 of, to purchase our first piece of level 100 gear, the I-level 710 Ornate Archeo Kingdom Cuirass of Fending. I will be taking that with pride. Let's just do a quick item comparison. Oh my god! More than double every single stat, basically. That is absolutely insane. Yeah, let's see the health difference. I go from 73,000 health to 88,000. That's 15,000 health on 1 piece of armor.
And now I had a piece of armor so strong, we could finally use our bronze certificates again to claim the strongest level of materia from Chloe's shop. Though I couldn't actually use that materia until I had a crafter at level 100. But this chest on its own should be more than enough to handle the Terminus Bellwether.
The 1 piece of armor was worth your entire left side? Yeah, you are correct.
Now, with Warrior's most powerful attack, Primal Ruination, and the strongest gear possible,
I will probably get an early spec. That was a lot closer than I would have liked, but thank you very much, chicken! Oh!
the Terminus Bellwether falls, and we can move on to the final paths of Amarat. Just one last obstacle to overcome. Therion. Shadowwreck is an AoE dealing 7,000 damage. Apocalypsis channels a massive laser beam, taking up every inch of the arena and continuously damaging anyone standing in its way. The only safe space is 6 small divots at either side, but every time Apocalypsis is cast, one of the divots is destroyed. Then, Therion Charge has it rush forward, dealing higher damage the closer you are to its landing point. And its final mechanic, Deathly Ray, summons heads along either side of the arena. The heads take turns firing a mini Apocalypsis, leaving only a small safe haven. These mechanics repeat for the rest of the fight, as Therion pushes us closer and closer to the edge. By the end, we lose all our safe space from Apocalypsis and stand at the brink. A single Therion Charge will force us off the arena and end the fight, but they will never use it again. In its last moments, we're forced to tank the full might of Apocalypsis, but with warriors healing, we clear with no issue. Dungeon over. Dungeon over. And, one left. Amarat is complete, and now our true goal, Hades, stands before us. It ends this day. One way or another, it ends.
I am Hades, he who shall awaken our brethren from their dark slumber.
Show your vaunted strength, and I shall expose the lie of your fragmented existence.
Bad Faith shoots spikes of darkness north or south, depending on which side of the arena they're pointed towards. Standing behind them dodges any damage. Double makes the next casted spell happen twice. Dark Eruption drops an AoE on its target, and with Double, also has one follow you, guaranteeing 7,500 damage. Broken Faith summons discs that slowly fall from the sky. There are lines on the ground, showing the area each disc will expand to hit on landing. Doubled once more, Hades casts Shadow Spread, sending out thin cones of damage that can easily be dodged. Then it hits again, this time in the areas that were safe before. And finally, Ravenous Assault, a tank buster that deals 19,000 damage. That's all mechanics for Phase 1. Hades cycles through these continuously until you die or he drops below 10% health. Our healing and mitigations are so strong that I have to remind you, this is our level synced attempt. Right now, my stats are capped to the limit of this duty, and we're level 80. As Hades hits 10%, the transition phase begins, Fervor of the Ancients. 10 Shadows of the Ancients spawn, ripping through your health. All of them need to die for us to progress. They fall as Hades' Enrage hits 52%, and are immediately followed by a party stack and 4 AoE attacks, hitting for a grand total of 50,000 damage. And then another set of Ancients spawn. With no time left to clear them out, Hades ends the fight. But yeah, no. That was way too slow for there to only be 2 sets, too. Returning again on Xylan's Echo, we barely managed to push through the second wave of ads, and are given the gift of another party stack. One final set of Ancients to go. We fail, but it was close enough that we had a real chance. And now that we knew it was waiting for us, one chance was all we need. Nice! Okay, barely. Very nice. Oh, Phase 2. Come on, Hades. Let's see it. Now, we enter Phase 2.
by my hands! I shall be raised up by the prayers of my fallen brethren! Behold, a sorcerer of El tremble before their glory!
Titanomachy is a raid wide, dealing 3,000 damage. Shadow Stream is a massive beam of energy, damaging anyone in the center of the arena. Dual Strike is a tank buster, dealing 19,000 damage. Echo of the Lost has Hades lower one of his massive arms, swiping across the stage and hitting everywhere save for a small sliver behind it. Polydaemon's Purgation uses his wings to crush anyone at the sides of the arena. Titanomachy once again, followed by Hellborn Yop, aiming a conal AoE at its targets after a short delay. Then, one more Echo of the Lost before captivity.
That's it. Please, don't be instant.
An unavoidable death. There was no way around it, no universe where we could survive that. If we didn't have a way to avoid captivity in its entirety, we had lost. And through all my attempts, Hades never dropped below 80%. Even compared to the first phase, his health had a massive jump. Comparing the percent damage each hit did, his health was now double phase 1's. No tank could do this damage, and damage was our biggest problem. So we swapped to Pictomancer, the strongest class Solo has, and the class that carried us through Susano's DPS check. Though what had been simple and easy before was now a massive wall. Even with the Epic Echo, Pictomancer in its current state couldn't survive the regular fight and would drop dead to the party stacks at Fervor of the Ancients. I couldn't even live long enough to build Echo Buff. Every option Solo had failed. We needed to search elsewhere. From the start of Phase 2 till Captivity, I had 90 seconds to do seemingly all of Hades' health. An impossible feat for any class, no matter the circumstance. But there had to be more to it than that. Swapping to my main, Xanther, we take the opportunity to dig in for as many details about the fight as we can. Testing Captivity's health to see if we could consider killing it with Ninja Doton or Salted Earth. Things were looking good, but while that might work, shortly after, Hades casts a Doom, which, without 4 other players, is guaranteed death once again. Testing Burst at level 100, the best I could do with so little practice and 10% Echo was 31%. But someone had found something while I looked into this. Captivity could be skipped, and we didn't need to do all of Hades' health. If I could get Hades below 30%, he would immediately stop what he's doing and enter the final phase. Even if he started casting Captivity, so long as it was before he finished the cast, we would survive. But dealing 70% of his health in 90 seconds still seemed impossible. I couldn't even do it with the level 100 gear on my main. I wasn't going to give up though. I was going to find a way. I had to. There were 4 classes I'd be considering for this that, in their own way, might have enough damage to get through. Viper, Machinist, Reaper, and Samurai. I was going to try all of them, work through each of them as an option individually. If one failed, I still had 3 more chances. One of them would work. Our first choice is between Viper and Reaper. To have a chance against Hades, we need to be level 100, and these two were the least amount of leveling. It was really just that simple. Picking between the two, on the other hand, was difficult. In the end, it was down to the tiniest difference. A total 90-second burst window for Viper and Reaper had a potency difference of around 100. They were so close to each other in damage that they were basically the same option, but Reaper is stronger, and I needed every last bit of damage I could get. Plus, I've already got experience with Reaper from earlier in the challenge, so it'll be a lot less time to learn. For now, I'll try and get good at Reaper, I suppose. And then this one will be the path forward. We will start with Reaper. Time to level, I guess. The first of 4 chances, we needed to get Reaper from level 80 to 100, and then Hades would fall. Most of this was through our normal weekly leveling options. Wondrous Tales gives us a full level every week below level 90, and half a level every week past level 90. Challenge logs give well over half a level every week from the ones we can actually complete. 5 dungeon runs, leave quests, and fates. but they stop scaling once we hit level 89. Every week past that, they'll give around 7.6 million experience. With this, it would take around 15 weeks to get Reaper to 100. But that's without any extra experience gains. We were in Shadowbringers now. This isn't the start of Stormblood with Susanoo's agonizing grind anymore. We had access to real, worthwhile grinding methods. The Pixie Allied Society quests give a combat class over 1 million experience per day for maybe 10 minutes of work. Heaven on High gives just over 1 million experience every 10 floors. Even Fates were an option. With how long they took to clear, we'd gain around 1.1 million experience every 15 to 20 minutes just doing Fates in the Tempest. And at the same time, we could use both weekly custom deliveries to get Culinarian to level 100 and unlock the ability to meld my new chest piece. It wasn't that slow, desperate rush to do as many runs of Palace every day as I could stomach before I shut down. It was a consistent, enjoyable grind. And in the end, it gave us time for some unfinished business.
And we will waste no time.
Yes! 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 Father, look at me! Oh my god! And we got the max! It gave us the max roll! Then, in the final moments before it was time, a new update dropped. It feels very weird to be recording for solo not on stream, but there's been an update today, and I need to make sure that I make use of this update. Look at this, look at this. You're never gonna but 1 silver certificate for a level 100 chess piece. Woo, I get it a 50% off sale. I will take that. Thank you very much. Give me my Reaper chest piece immediately. I'm about to hit level 100 anyway, so you know what? Thank you for this gift, Chloe. Very kind of you. I will happily do this a bit early just to get a 50% off discount, okay? How could I say no to that? 2 months and 16 days passed in the blink of an eye. 1 day away from my fated battle with Hades, it was time for my very last steps. As close to level 100 as we could be, and the first set of grade 4 strength tinctures crafted. Waking up on the next day, we complete the last of our pixie dailies and reach level 100. It was time to put the first of 4 options to the test. I felt the reassurance in this moment of knowing, even if I failed, there were 3 more paths. But first, we had to learn the fight all over again. Warrior is strong. Its self-healing is unmatched. For that job, the first phase isn't even a footnote until the fervor of the ancients. But to Reaper, this first phase wasn't a fight. It was survival. And desperate at that. There are only 3 methods we can use to heal. Crest of Time Borrowed is a shield that lasts 5 seconds. If, in those 5 seconds, Hades does enough damage to break it, we'll get a buff, Crest of Time Returned, that heals us over time for 15 seconds. Bloodbath heals us for a small percent of the damage we deal for the next 20 seconds, but it has a 90-second cooldown to use again. And Second Wind is a burst of 15,000 health we can use every 2 minutes. Even just staying close to Hades puts us in danger. His auto attacks hit for 9,000 damage, an unsustainable number over this long a fight. If I wanted a chance for Reaper to clear, we needed to survive for 3 minutes and gain the Echo buff. With a 50% buff, I should have enough health to handle this fight and the damage we need for phase 2. Hitting Hades no longer mattered. The only thing we could do to live was run, but even while sprinting, Hades stays close enough to auto-attack us. Our last saving grace is Hell's Ingress, an ability that lets Reaper dash a fixed distance across the arena, with its follow-up, Regress, letting us jump back to our point of origin. After Broken Faith, Hades does 2 tank busters within 30 seconds of one another. If I could somehow get the health to survive those, we'd be safe until the next Broken Faith cast, which will be just enough time for the Echo buff. Moment for moment, every crest, every dash, this fight demanded absolute perfection for a chance to just barely live.
As long as I can live, as long as I can live. I could die to this one, that's fine. I'll take it. Please, please, please. Please. Yes! 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 Okay. That's step 1.
Reaper had passed the bare minimum requirement. We could start to progress the fight. But even with a 10% buff, it was still a desperate struggle to survive, and we were running out of time. With only 22 minutes left before the instance kicks us out, we step away to make food and prepare for the marathon. I needed all the time I could manage, so now that I'd proved we could do it, the first attempt of the instance had to get us the 10% echo buff. Restocking on super potions and pizzas, we enter once more, primed to push things even further. Done. Okay. I'm gonna take a risk here and just say this is death. Please be Echo. Yes! Okay, that's perfect. Right after that last tank buster then. 20%. Perfect. From here, the fight gets easier and easier until, with 41 minutes remaining, we reach 50% echo. Now all that's left is to kill the boss that awaits us behind the final problem, Fervor of the Ancients. For Warrior, with all its extra defense and mitigation, the party stacks were a monstrous attack to survive, dealing upwards of 50,000 damage. Without all those mitigations, the true damage of these party stacks was double that. 100,000. Oh my god. Even healing as much as we could, we're obliterated by the first party stack every time, until I realized what was wrong. I had been bursting through Hades now, just sitting and dealing as much damage as I could to reach Fervor. I stopped caring about my health. I was starting the ad phase with 1/3 of my health remaining and desperately trying to heal back up. A few attempts later, we've got it. We had a chance to live this, but if I wanted to do it, I needed Hades to start Fervor of the Ancients while I had a minimum of 125,000 health. Basically, full. We step away one more time to put a full set of materia in our new chest piece, and that's the end of it. There's nothing else I can change. Everything from here was performance. A plan in my heart. This was it. The final test. We enter the dying gasp one more time.
Never had a choice, never let the ops win. Calm them nerves, got the whole world watching. Ready, set, go, and there ain't no stopping. Only one option, light it up. Ha! Heart is pounding out my chest, the blood boils inside of me. Looking at the walls around me, closing in, I think, what's it gonna be? Never had a choice, never let the ops win. Calm them nerves, got the whole world watching. Ready, set, go, and there ain't no stopping. Got one option, light it up. Everything burns! Light it up, let's go! Light it up, let's go! Everything burns! Light it up, let's go! Light it up, let's go! I'm on fire, burning brighter than anyone alive. I'm way too hot to touch, so just remember if you try. Everything burns! Everything burns! Bones are shaking out my skin, I got tingling in my hands. Moving like a lightning strike, I'm on tonight, so just catch me if you can. Never had a choice, never let the ops win. Calm them nerves, got the whole world watching. Ready, set, go, and there ain't no stopping. Got one option, light it up. Everything burns! Light it up, let's go, light it up, let's go. Everything burns! Light it up, let's go, light it up, let's go. I'm on fire, burning brighter than anyone alive. I'm way too hot to touch, so just remember if you try. Everything burns!
This is it. This is it. This has to be it.
Whole house packed, not here to make friends. Do or die moment, I love it this tense. Who am I taking out thinking you're next?
Yes! And now the hard part.
Everything burns! Light it up, let's go! Light it up, let's go! Everything burns! Light it up, let's go! Light it up, let's go! I'm on fire, burning brighter than anyone alive. I'm way
35% down, 35% to go. There is no way. If I want to skip the jail, Hades needs to hit 30% health. I would need double my current damage. 80% echo. High level 740 chest piece and full 515 high quality gear. The wall standing before us was nothing like any before it. We had given it our all, and while I bluffed that there were other options, this was truly the only one, and proved that nothing else would work. Sure, Samurai could do more damage, but Samurai wasn't twice as strong. I had only made it halfway. After 1,000 hours of solo, we've reached the wall we can't clear. And so that's it. I give up. I gave it all I could, but this is the end. You didn't really think I'd say that, did you? If I'm using this footage, something has gone terribly wrong. Just in case, on the tiny chance that there's something that stops us, this is my answer. From here, I have to do the entire journey over again. Maybe I never use this, or maybe he really will be Solo's savior. We've got a 500-hour journey ahead of us, little buddy. Nothing we can do but start. There is my level 60 Gunbreaker, and now I can level sync Ifrit. The Bowl of Embers is cleared. Gunbreaker will get us through the rest of A Realm Reborn without any stops along the way. Once again, A Realm Reborn is finished. Okay. Goodbye, Bismarck. I am so very glad that I don't have to see you more than this. Bismarck is cleared. For now, the most important thing. Hello, Chloe. Wondrous Tales is unlocked, and now we begin the slow climb towards level 100. Thank you, Chloe, for taking such good care of me. Level 100. Titania is done. The last wall is cleared. Hades is next. From this moment, all that matters is reaching 30%. Hades' final enrage has one single attack. There is no threat past there. handling both a samurai and Pictomancer's burst simultaneously, both classes that theoretically can do more than half the Phase 2 health, should be enough to reach our goal. I have nothing else. No more tricks. No more fake outs. This is it. I have bared my all. If I can't do it now, so be it. But if this is going to be my end, then I would make such an end as to be worthy of remembrance. Please, hit it. Okay, that's it. Kill the boss, please. With a final playtime of 1,008 hours on Solo and 193 hours on Savior, we've made it. This is my end. Really and truly, I've been searching for a proper end to Solo only for a very long time. Nothing ever felt right, but this feels perfect. I keep my promises. Solo will complete Endwalker. Our final goal is still 6.0, but in this moment, I am basking in my victory. For me, this is the ending I had been seeking. I have finally found it. Yet as always, to borrow the words of the Crystal Exarch once more, our road goes ever on, as does our story, as does our legacy. I hope you will join me on that road one more time into the final season of Solo Only.